to Lies My Vagina Told Me, the podcast with excerpts ripped from the pages of my best-selling memoir, I Haven't Finished Yet. My next guest, gosh, is an American icon. She is a writer, a musician, an actress, and the most renowned rock and roll groupie in the world. She is best known for her 1987 memoir, I'm with the Band, Confessions of a Groupie. She's a former member of Frank Zappa's group, the GTOs, and is currently on a sold-out tour around the world with her one-woman show. But most importantly, she is a mentor to me and so many others, a force of positivity in this world. I am honored to call her my teacher and my friend. Please welcome the one, the only, Miss Pamela Des Barres. Yay!
Hi, honey.
Hi. Thank you so much for doing this podcast. It's a dream come true. I think we would be remiss not to mention all the other incredible books that you have written. 1992, Take Another Little Piece Out of My Heart, A Groupie Grows Up. 1996, Rock Bottom, Dark Moments in Music Babylon. 2007, Let's Spend the Night Together, Backstage Secrets of Rock Muses and Super Groupies. 2012, One Night Bands, fucking great title. And my favorite, Let It Bleed, How to Write a Rocking Memoir. On top of that, countless magazine articles. You are so prolific. What don't you do? And what else do you do?
As you mentioned, my writing workshops are the most important thing to me because I get to, hear other women's stories and actually encourage them to write them because I see such incredible cathartic breakthroughs of
Yes.
hundreds of women. I have a girl, Kirsten, one of my dolls in Zoom. She is a submissive, and
Okay.
and I never understood it. I never understood it. I didn't judge it or anything, but I
Right.
understood it. And she has been in class now for 4 years. She's my hostess in Minneapolis too. It has inspired us all. No judgment ever in class. That's the thing.
No judgment.
Inspired us all, and we've all learned and understood why that works for some people. And never thought about it that way before, but now I understand.
Is
She's
her book about that?
yeah, her whole book is about her submissive life and how it came about,
Wow.
what triggered it, and how it works for her. And I mean, it's amazing. I travel all over the place, as you know, teaching. I don't really like to call it teaching because I'm really an allower. I allow people to express themselves.
We met, I will say, maybe 102 years ago. I was 20, I was 23, and I was brought to the great Pamela Des Barres as a lucky young lady because I was dating the illustrious ex-husband, Michael Des Barres. But I found Pamela to be the most amazing, spiritual, incredible lady. But it was not until years later that I found you again through this memoir class, which has
Mhm.
changed my life. And also, it's just the safest space of all these incredible women of all ages, sizes, backgrounds, everything.
One of my workshops, I had an 18-year-old and an 88-year-old in one of my Chicago workshops.
This is the beauty of this. Would you explain a little bit what the concept is behind the title Let It Bleed? Because that is what our class is based on.
Well, let it bleed just all over the page is what I say. You have to just stick the pen in your heart and let the blood gush out.
Ah.
No, you have to just go for it.
I mean, one of the things you say, there's no qualifying in class. So you can't go,
Yeah.
"Oh, I really sucked today," or "I didn't sleep last night," or I have a toothache. No, you just, and you can't think, which thinking is the enemy to many, many people. My brain,
Yeah, that
uh,
that kind of thinking, yes. Stinking thinking.
I
When
love that.
when you ruminate over stuff that you shouldn't have said or should have said or should have done, shouldn't have done, and all that.
Let's just talk for one quick second about what I am wearing in your honor. I
Oh,
bought
yes.
at auction. This belonged to Miss Pamela Des Barres. It's a whole fantastic outfit. It's very hot, so I may remove the polyester jacket.
Yes. It
Um,
is polyester, but boy, it fits you so well.
am I correct? Because this is the story I tell people. Were you indeed a finger bang by Mick Jagger in this outfit at the whiskey?
Not that outfit, no.
What? I haven't watched it for no reason. Okay, not that one. I'd like to see that one. That's what I've been telling everybody. Anyway, I love it dearly. I wear it with pride. I'm 104. I'm in a mini dress. Fantastic. Now, Miss Pamela, you also, on top of everything else, you've had your own podcast as well, a rock and roll podcast.
Yes, I've interviewed many, many people I love, really, from Dave Alvin and John Doe to Dion. Rufus
Unbelievable.
Wainwright sat in my living room and sang a cappella. I mean, stuff like that.
I want to just say, the premise of my show, Lies My Vagina Told Me, I like to joke that I was guided by La Vagine into many, many decisions. And you seem like a woman who was led by this too on some of her, but it seems in your case, it led you to such extraordinary experiences. I mean, when I say that you are a rock icon and you are the most famous groupie that ever lived, this is all true. I mean, the people that you have encountered through your wonderful soul or your vagine have just been extraordinary. Did you ever feel that she got it wrong? Or you don't have any regrets, do you?
No, I don't believe in regrets.
No.
Although there were a couple people I slept with that I went, oops, but I mean, that's pretty good.
Some of us have slept with more rock stars than others, but tried.
People think I was wild, crazy, pulling my pants off everywhere I went, and that's just not true. The word groupie often signifies someone chasing after following a band. That's not what I mean, I followed a lot of bands' music. In the early days before the G word came along, that's why I call it groupie, the G word. I did all that before that word existed. So I was a pioneer in that world because I wanted just to be near that music that touched me in that way. And of course, got me very horny when it came to Mick, early Mick, early Stones, 1960.
Nobody finger banged you in this? What? All right. So Mick, I mean, hello. He still does
I
it.
know he's still out there doing that. It's so incredible.
Making
He's such an
babies.
inspiration. Who-
Inspiration. Well, you're an inspiration. I mean, first of all, I don't know many people. I mean, you're ageless, and we don't have to mention anything
Oh,
about.
I don't care. I'm about to turn 77, having a big party.
She's having a big party. I'm one of the lucky ones invited. I'm 58 and a half-ish, so I'm gonna be 60. That's what I call it.
Oh,
Year and a
60.
half.
Oh,
And I cannot do math, but I'll tell you, when we sit there wallowing in, oh, I'm this age, I'm that age, I just look at you as this force that, first of all, you're on tour, world tour, England, New York, all over the place, sold out tours up there, brilliant, talking about your books, your experiences, bringing out certain things. What should we? Yeah, and then I don't want to give it away, but
oh,
there's
yes. Yeah, I have props. Yeah, I have props. I
yes,
have
props. You want to get to
clothes
see one
I
of these
show.
shows, ladies and gentlemen, if you get the chance. It feels like there wouldn't have been this rock and roll without you. You're so intertwined
Oh,
with the history of it.
yes, yes, with the people for sure. With Zappa, very, very important person in my life. He produced my all-girl group, the GTOs.
I'll tell you something. Before it was a word too, before groupie and before being absolutely in control of your own sexuality and your own passion, I don't think women had that sort of permission. And it wasn't slutty and promiscuous because I know you. You're a romantic.
Looking for love always,
Yeah.
always. But I wanted to be in love with a musician, which I've been in love with several of them.
Yes, very blessed, very great ones. When I joke about how I've made a lot of decisions in life, love, and career through this lower part of my body, I don't mean that my legs were spread open to the whole world either.
Oh,
I
I know that.
mean, I pursued love, or what I thought. She got it wrong. Like, he's the one,
Oh,
he's the one, that's the one, this
I
the
know.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't the brightest, but I also think that if we live long enough in this world and we see like what we thought 50 was, 60 was, 70 fucking 7 was. I mean, you're just redefining it for women. You're just such an inspiration. I see the 18-year-olds in your class and they
Yeah,
just
I know. Well, I also have these Airbnb experiences.
Tell us
And
about that.
I've been having them every Friday. This is my second one tomorrow. And I get people, just thrilled to meet me. They get to come over. I make them tea, and it's sort of like doing my rock show on my couch.
And you tell them
I
stories?
tell them stories. I show my Foxy Lady dress I wore in the video with Jimi Hendrix. I show them Graham Parsons' shirt I made. I show all kinds of photos, and then they shop. It's also vintage shopping.
Well, also because you are one of the great curators of some of the greatest vintage I've
Yes,
ever seen.
I will admit to that.
I've never seen such a collection.
I've been wearing vintage from early 16. I started
Like we think vintage for me, I'm always looking for 60s and 70s. So what was vintage in the 60s, 30s and
20s,
40s,
20s and 30s.
20s?
So there was only one vintage store in Hollywood, and it opened way after I'd started wearing it. I was getting them in thrift stores.
What was it called?
Called the Glass Farmhouse, and it was on Sunset in Silver Lake. And I took the rock stars there. I took all of Zeppelin there. I remember taking Rod Stewart there, and he bought his first feather boa. Took
What?
all of Alice Cooper there. Yeah, it
I
was.
know nothing of this. This is incredible. So you're their stylist on top of their muse, on top of everything else.
Yes, we helped. We helped.
Beyond obviously all the famous rock stars, Mick Jagger, Jimmy Page, Keith Moon, Noel Redding, Chris Hillman, Graham Parsons.
Graham was like a brother to me, and
Wow.
his daughter Polly Parsons, and she
You
is
tell
my
me
manager.
about.
Yeah.
She is your manager. She
Yeah.
produces these rock tours with you, correct?
Yes, she helps me a lot. She got me a show in London December 1st.
I'm trying to get to that
And
show.
at a place called the Horse Hospital. I hope people hear this in London.
The Horse Hospital in London. Okay. And that's on December 1st, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. When is it?
I don't really know. Probably starts at 7-ish because I do these VIP things where people can come hang out with me first.
Do you have another whiskey show coming up, or is it not till next year?
That's going to probably be late February, right before I do New York in March. I
New
have
York
a
is in
date,
March, and
March,
where is the New
March
York?
12th, but the
Well,
next one is in, like I said, Seattle, October 30th. All this stuff's on my website, PamelaDesBarresOfficial.com.
PamelaDesBarresOfficial.com. And if one wants to have an audience with the Queen, they want to come and do an Airbnb experience, how do they find that?
Well, I believe it's on my website. I think there's a link on my website, but there's also on my Facebook page, my Instagram page. And
Okay,
even if you just go to Airbnb and type my name in,
you'll find it. I know that you were so infamous in the rock and roll world, but did it carry over into the movie star world? Do you have any like Warren Beatty stories or famous lovers of the time? You never dated him, right? He never, like I would just think.
no, no, I knew at the time we were all hanging out. He came to my parties and stuff, but at the time we were all hanging out, he was with a girlfriend of mine. So of course I'm not gonna,
Oh, of course.
right?
Of
But he did
course.
tell me one day I was over at his house and he said, you look like my sister. And I have been told that by so many people that I look like Shirley MacLaine.
I love Shirley MacLaine
But
so.
when he said it, I thought, wow, maybe it's our smile or something. I think maybe it's the smile. I don't know.
I met him. I won't go into how I met him. He was a gentleman. He was fascinating. He would call my father and talk to my father. My father would say, Brigitte, Warren Beauty is on the phone for you. I mean, kind of crazy when your dad is like, yeah, War and Beauty. Anyway, one time, because he was sort of a mentor and he was falling in love with Annette Bening. And I remember saying, at 22, you're going to marry her. Wise girl that I was.
Very
He
wise.
invited me to his home for dinner. And on Mulholland, and even though he'd been a gentleman, I mean I dressed in my baggiest, like I don't,
Well, he had a reputation
he had a
precedes.
reputation, but he was a gentleman. We were eating leftover food, and like Madonna was calling, and Stephanie Seymour was calling, everybody was calling, and I had to pee. And to my shock, he said, use the bathroom in my bedroom. I was like, oh, I don't want to go into that room.
Yeah.
Went into the bathroom in his bedroom, and in there was a picture of his beautiful mother, his beautiful sister, if I remember the story correct, a
Uh,
gold telephone,
uh,
and a piece of paper with some ladies' names on it. I was like, oh, if they only knew this is where he conducts his work. But I loved him, and he was a brilliant man. And I one spent the whole night getting told the plot of Reds while sitting at the
Oh,
cab restaurant till
oh,
4 in the morning. But he was a gentleman. So yeah,
oh,
we're the only two women. We have that in common. We're the only two women he didn't sleep with.
same when I met Dylan. Because I really think Dylan and I had this amazing connection, but he was with my friend Carol. And he even asked for my phone number and he called when I wasn't home and I was devastated because he never called again. But he was with my friend Carol, so I wouldn't have done anything.
I understand because you are a woman's woman,
Hmm,
and
hmm.
I love a woman's woman. What are you writing?
I'm about to start work on the Whiskey a Go-Go book, which is the history of the Whiskey a Go-Go, oral history. So a lot of it is
Oral history or oral history?
that's funny. Yeah.
Oral? Okay, sorry.
Oral, yeah. So yeah, they're going to tell us about their times at the whiskey, all kinds of people who played there. And then I have Cynthia Plastercaster's book to write on her deathbed. She asked me to do that. I have her journals and stuff. And then my third memoir, which is my spiritual memoir, Sex, God, and Rock and Roll. Michael gave me that title. It's pretty good.
I love it. Love titles. I love all your titles. I didn't know this. You have the most inspirational divorce of any
I
couple
know.
I know. You are so
Oh,
supportive of each other. You are best friends.
that's
And
great.
listen, when he walked in this little, 22, 23-year-old Canadian to your door, I didn't know what to expect. I thought, is she going to be weird? Is she good? And just the most inviting, gracious, loving. And I just got so many life lessons being around, seeing you co-parent, seeing you be best friends. I mean, you guys could write a book on divorce.
Yeah, I know. We've thought about it, how to stay friends with your ex.
Okay, so I only work at night. This has been a weird thing that has happened in the last few years because I don't know if my viewers know, but on January 6th, 2021, you remember that TV show, The Insurrection?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so my whole house shook, and I thought, wow, how strange. There's an earthquake. Also, it wasn't an earthquake. It was my neighbor's 1969 VW crashing into my bedroom with her dog Blossom in it. So I was in a lawsuit with the city and fixing a house and everything, and I couldn't get quiet and concentrate till nighttime. So I write at night. I write about 7
Ah,
to 11
oh,
every night. What is your
oh.
process for writing?
Usually earlier. I take care of my morning stuff and I work from like noon to 4 type thing.
Every day?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have the time. I'm too busy doing, as I just said, a million other things.
When I say that you're a mentor, not only for my writing, and but you're a mentor for being a woman in her fullness and fabulousness at fucking almost 77 and 76 and 82 and 91. I mean, as growing up girl to woman in this business, I like to say, well, professionally, I was 22 for 8 years. They don't let you
Yeah.
age.
Yes, that's right.
And
I know.
they drum it into your head that it's all over at 40. I was just getting sexy at 40. But I
Oh,
thought, let the world see what 77 almost and 58 fucking look like.
yeah.
We fucking
Yeah.
rock.
Well, you're good at this, obviously.
I'm having fun. I've been on the other side of it where they ask me
Yeah.
questions and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I've done, those conventions for my cartoon Gargoyles where they want to know about the sex life of gargoyles. And I'm like, well, I don't know. She hooked up with Chewbacca. I don't know. I don't remember the scripts. I don't remember half of it. But you've changed not just my life, but anyone who comes into contact with you. So even the people that come and have a tea with you in your parlor, which is what it is, a fabulous
Yeah,
parlor,
I guess so.
it's life changing. Because you are sitting with greatness, and you're sitting with greatness in a person who is truly great,
Oh,
truly
honey.
kind, truly wants the best for everyone they encounter.
Totally. Because we're all one.
Oh,
We're
what?
all one. One big ball of hopefully love and light. We're having a little trouble with that right now, but let's not get into
A
that.
little blippity blip 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 blip. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and for everything that you do for women and for everyone. And you are my icon, you are my legend, and you are my friend. So I'm the luckiest girl in the world. Thank you for coming on this podcast and thank you for pushing me to finish my book. And
Uh-huh.
And I
Yeah.
can't wait for yours. Can't wait for yours. Which one of the three do you think is coming out first?
Oh, the whiskey book. Yeah, it's due. I'm gonna work on that. The oral history of the whiskey a go-go.
The oral history
Yes.
of whiskey. A go. Yum, yum. I love you.
I love
Thank
you.
God bless you.
Lies My Vagina Told Me is hosted by moi, Brigitte Bako, produced by Jacques Telemac and Leah Sherman, artwork by Leah Sherman, theme and original music by Jack Moore for balletguitar.com. See you next time on Lies My Vagina Told Me.